What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today is the day. We finally got the chicken coop done. Well, it's about 97% done. It's almost done. I got a few things I got to take care of, but I'll walk you through that. But we're going through it. But look, got it done. So I'm gonna give you guys a quick tour and yeah, show you what we got. So as y'all can see, this is the front of the chicken coop. We got a little porch area right here on the front. The whole point of the porch area is, number one, my house ain't built yet, so I don't have a porch, so I want a place to sit. And two, you know, if it's raining or something like that, we got to come out here and check food, check water, check for eggs. We got a little spot we can get up under. That way we're not out here in the rain. And eventually I'm gonna get me a little chair out here so I can sit. And like I've told y'all in the previous videos, we're gonna let our chickens free range. So got a little spot, sit out here and, you know, enjoy watching them, drink my coffee, look at the pond. So yeah, I think it turned out really nice. And this is the front. We got some strawberry plants over here hanging up, and we may get a couple more plants, dress it up, make it look nice. But yeah, this is the little front porch area. So the next thing let's do, let's go inside and check it out. Now we are walking in the coop. So kind of what we have going on is this first little area is actually a little storage room we made, so we can have that's our fish feed and some lights and some other stuff we had in here. Got our feed over here, got a little cage that we put out sometimes for the rabbits, but just a little storage area. And I'm gonna eventually build like some shelves over here just to kind of get stuff off the ground. Just hadn't quite got to it yet. And as you can see, this is the actual coop house for the chickens. This is all covered in hardware cloth, and here's a door right here so we can access in there if we need to. And the system we're using at the bottom is our deep litter system. Right now it's not that deep. I gotta go to the store and get some more shavings and that kind of thing. As you can see, I made the door a little bit higher so we can get it a little bit deeper, and just kind of helps keep you know, the flooring and things like that from getting nasty and wet. And we put some peel and stick flooring down in here, just kind of, you know, make it look nice and kind of protect that plywood a little bit. Still got to do some trim work around the edges and that kind of thing, but that's all right. But as you guys probably noticed, there's something missing in here. What's missing in here? Well, there ain't no nesting boxes yet, and still got to build them. I've got all the material, but I haven't built them yet because, number one, yeah, the chickens, they're not ready yet anyways. I mean, they're small, they're babies, and I got a little time to do it, and I was mainly trying to rush and get this done so I had a place to put the chickens. And so I'm gonna come back, build the nesting boxes, and the way I'm building it is there'll be access to the back in this little storeroom. So that way we can do food, water, everything in this little storeroom. But where we're gonna put the nesting boxes will be right here in this little area. So how to work is, you know, they'll be able to lay their eggs and everything right here. There'll be access to the back side. Of course, we'll cut a spot out in the hardware cloth where we'll be able to get eggs over here. And the plan is to have a water system, like a rain barrel, and we're gonna have it where it'll collect rain off the backside, and we'll run a pipe, and the water and all actual food will be outside in the run, but we'll have to, you know, probably run a pipe across. But the goal is to make it where everything, food, water, eggs, is all serviceable in this little storage area. That way it's kind of a one-stop shop. You come in here and that's it. That is the plan. Another thing I wanted to show in the coop house is, as you all guys know, you gotta have ventilation. I put my ventilation up high. As you can see, the entire top of this thing is open all the way on this side and all the way on this side. So we have plenty of ventilation. And you wanna make sure that you do have plenty of ventilation, because it will get stinky in here, especially on hot summer days down here in the south. And you also want to make sure your ventilation is high, because in the wintertime, birds can handle the cold, but they can't handle cold and wind. So with the ventilation being up top, there won't be a lot of wind in here and that kind of thing. So it works out really nice. Now, what we're going to do is we'll show you guys the outside, and we're going to work our way to the actual coop room. So let's go. All right, so before we get to the run, just wanted to show you guys a side view of the chicken coop so you can kind of get a scope of the size of it. It's actually pretty decent size. It is 8 foot by 8 foot. So you got 8 foot this way, 8 foot this way. It's a 4 foot storage room, and then a 4 by 8 little coop house area. And we kind of went with this, I don't know how well it's showing up, but this board and batten style siding. I think it looks pretty cool. And it kind of, you know, plywood can kind of look kind of bland and boring. So we put the small pieces on there to make it look like board and batten. And you can also see up here the little vents I was talking about. So yeah, I think it turned out really nice. I think it looks cool, and hopefully it'll last a very long time. So let's move on to the coop run. We did put a predator apron all the way around this thing. I kind of just threw some dirt on it to keep it down, and you don't have to sit here and try to bury it. I mean, over time it'll get buried with dirt and leaves and that kind of thing. And it's all the way around. I put these cinder blocks right here just to have a nice little step in case it's muddy. But as you can see, predator apron goes all the way around. Need to get it down a little bit more right there, but yeah, got it going all the way around, so it's good and protected. Nothing can dig up under it. So here is the back side of the chicken coop. As you can see, here's the entrance to the coop run. We got a nice door out here on this side, so we have access to the inside to clean it, food and water, anything like that. And door opens up, and that's how you get access to the coop run. I'm gonna keep it kind of shut right now so the chickens don't get out. But most of the time, once the chickens get a little bit older, we'll leave this door open during the day so they can free range, and then every night when they get ready to go back in the coop house, you know, we'll shut the door so they're protected and that kind of thing. But I think it turned out really nice. We ended up using hardware cloth instead of chicken wire. Hardware cloths, it's just way better. You know, chicken wire is okay, but your bigger predators can get into chicken wire. They'll rip it like it's nothing. So hardware cloth everywhere on the outside, reinforced on the inside with 2x4s, so nothing can kind of like push against it and try to push it away. But yeah, I think it turned out really nice. Still debating on whether I want to paint it or not. You'll probably see in some of the footage that Mary Claire and Macy kind of decided to already paint it in some places, and I had to be like, whoa, stop. But I don't know, we're either gonna paint it or stain it. I'm leaning towards painting it, but I don't know yet. We'll see. But now let's walk inside, take a look. One thing I did forget to mention is all of our doors, we have this same kind of latch style. We use carabiners to keep them closed because there's not really any animals or anything that can get in with the carabiners. So we use that to yeah, try to keep them from anything getting in. So now let's go inside, and as you can see, we've got their food and water kind of hanging on these chains right now. I'm not gonna leave it there forever. It was kind of just a temporary thing to do to make sure they have their food and water to a point where they can reach it. We've got the rabbit house in here. I'll see if the rabbits will come out in a minute. Sometimes they will. And yeah, and we got a bunch of hay in here. The hay was not actually for the chickens, but we'll talk about that in a minute. But they have, you know how chickens are, they'll scratch it everywhere, and they have since spread it out. And we got this little pool in here. That is for the ducks. I need to change the water. I've changed that water every day, and they get it dirty every day. But we got 8 chickens, we have 2 ducks, and we have 2 rabbits. Let me see if I can get them. They're kind of skittish still, but as you can see right there, we've got those 2 blue ones right there are called lavender Orpingtons. So they're kind of cool looking. Got a couple silkies, of course. You know, every homesteader's got to have some silkies. And then we have some Orpingtons right there. They're more of a black color. You can kind of see them right there. And we got some ducks in here. I don't know where the ducks are. They're probably in there. I'm not gonna stick my head in there. And then we have the rabbits. You see them in there? There's Cinnabon. Cinnabon! Hey girl. She said, I'm not feeling like I want to come out today. But the rabbits are in there. Got the little rabbit house. Needs a little work to it right there from when that Cody tried to get in there, but the house is now in the Coop run, so they're safe, no issues, anything like that. Everything's good. We're probably gonna leave the rabbit house in here. That way they're always locked up at night in this run, safe and sound. We kind of stuck it right there in the corner, and you know, it's actually kind of working out, so we may just leave it there. But that is the inside of the run. The run is 8 foot by 12 foot. And here's where you can see where I was talking about, where we put that hardware cloth and then we smashed it together so nothing can push it. And yeah, it's worked out pretty well. We've actually had this chicken coop done for, I don't know, probably about 2 weeks or so now. And we kind of just been, you know, coming out here, checking the kinks in it, seeing if there's anything we need to fix, and checking for leaks, you know, that kind of stuff. And no leaks. Everything seems to be going really well. And yeah, I mean, it's turned out to be a really nice build. This is actually my third chicken coop to build. This is the biggest one by far, but it's turned out really well. Over the years of having chickens, and you know, you learn things. You know, I built the first one I built, I learned things I wish I would have done. The second one I built, I learned things I wish I would have done. And I pretty much took that information, built this one, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm sure there'll be a lot of things I change along the way. And you guys will be seeing more videos about the chicken coop as I do updates to it. Like I said, I still gotta come up with a permanent water system, better feed system, and we got a couple little things we're gonna touch up and kind of make look better and that kind of stuff. But that's the chicken coop, guys. Stay tuned for more videos and updates on the chicken coop, because like I said, there'll be things that we update and fix, and you know, make upgrades as we think of new stuff, and you guys provide us some feedback, you know. And so there'll be more to come. So appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you next time.